Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru. Hey, y'all. I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. It's been a while since I have come on live. Let me tell y'all, being a solo entrepreneur, it takes a lot to just keep all the parts moving and not burn out. And so I've had really just been working on, keeping up with everything that I do within my membership community, the Goddess membership community, as well as the spiritual aspirant initiation that I launched. And yeah, my children came home from college, and so yeah, sorry for the absence, but it was just me, doing the best I can. So I'm back, thankfully. At the top of December, y'all know I'm not gonna let y'all down. Y'all already know that. Y'all know I'm all in. We're in this thing for the long haul because, baby, yeah, we're gonna need it. So, how are you all doing? I would love to hear from you in the comments. How has it been with the eclipses? If you're not following me on Instagram, you can follow me there, Goddess BMS. Let me just put it here. Um, because sometimes when I'm not here on YouTube, I am able, because you can make the shorts, it's so easy on Instagram, and it'll go straight to my Facebook, which I don't do much with Facebook, but I do have a presence there. But more than likely, you're going to get everything on Instagram. Um, so I did make a few posts about the eclipses and the importance of the eclipses. I did my best to kind of make some posts to let you all know things to think about. Um, you know, y'all hear me talk about the eclipses a lot. It's because that was one of the first astrological events. Well, that was actually one of the events that kicked off astrology for me. It was the event that made me start saying, I've got to figure out what the heck is going on with this astrology. Um, so let's just imagine, it's 2019. Eclipses are important. I can't overstate it, right? But since 2020, it's like eclipses are more important than ever because everybody has so many new beginnings happening that eclipses can just help you go on ahead and just nail it for you, just nail the change, help you move past the resistance. I've seen some really amazing transformations. I'm seeing one in my own life, to be honest with you. Um, but we can definitely, and you see, the eclipses will make you come to terms with whatever you haven't come to terms with too. And I've seen that, but it's all working in our favor. That's one thing I want you to know. It doesn't matter how hard the eclipse hits you or not. Everything is working in your favor because eclipses are fated events. And so, you know, I just can't overstate. I cannot overstate the importance of you figuring out what these eclipses are about and honoring what is the mission. That's how I've been saying. What is the mission of the eclipse in your life? Now, I just want to let y'all know part of my job, this is my job. My job is to keep y'all posted on what's going on and to help you to understand. Um, I'm a solo entrepreneur, so until I grow more and can have people help me so that I can do more, because I have to do everything in my business, but my way of doing it right now is my inner circle membership, goddess community, whatever you want to call it. That's how I keep everybody posted on what they need to do. Now, I will say the eclipse class, I did decide to go on ahead and make it a public class that, if you don't want to get the membership, you can get it there. If you're in my membership community, you already know we've been talking about the eclipses. We will continue to talk about the eclipses. The eclipses class is there. If you want to join, you can join. I did decide to go on ahead and just open the doors up. If you want to get in, you can come in. And so yeah, the doors are open and you can just go to my website and find it there. Or it's in the description box here on YouTube. But yeah. And I'm saying all this, leading up to me saying, I mean, I hope y'all feel my heart right now. Like these eclipses that we're experiencing, I just see as pivotal, like so important for some reason I've been thinking in terms of ships here lately. Changing the course, the direction that your ship is going in. That is what you can do with these eclipses. Um and I just feel like anytime we move into this Scorpio situation, of course, I'm shaking in my boots because I'm a Scorpio rising. But yeah, anytime we are in this Scorpio territory, um, yeah, it's just really important. Like, seriously, so important. So important. So we did have an eclipse here in December. I'm just now, it's the 7th. We had the eclipse on the 4th. So, as I make this video, we are in eclipse territory. And so, one of the things that I'll say is it's really, there is this energy that's all about releasing and letting go. That's very important. It's like, what are you gonna give up in order to get what you want? It sounds sort of cliche, like I'm a coach, so it's like, and I do lots of work on myself, and it sounds sort of like a question that is always asked. But let me tell you something. One of the most important things you can do is ask yourself some questions. Now, I wouldn't ask why too much. I might would ask what. I might would ask how. Where am I going? Maybe who a little bit, but more than anything, you want to begin to ask questions. And it's like, well, in order to get to where I want to go, what is it that I need to do? Well, some of it is we got suitcases that we're carrying around with us. I always like quoting Erica Badu's song, Bag Lady. Bag Lady. What are we going to do with these bags? Okay, first and foremost, how many bags do we need? Y'all know how some of us, and I'm so guilty of this, as a Taurus, or I don't know, multi-passionate person, I will say, okay, just in case I'm going to pack this, this, this. And it always makes me have to have like an extra bag or two. And I never use it all. Right. So a lot of us are carrying, first of all, we have just too many bags. And sometimes we're just packing a whole bunch of stuff we don't need. But some of us carrying around a whole bunch of stuff. Like, guilty, and guilty in a good way though. I am a staunch recyclist. Staunch. You can ask my family. I will bring recycles back from our vacation. They get so mad at me some days. Um, because I'm like, nope. If I can recycle it, now I'll try to find some place to recycle it. But if I can't, it's gonna come back here and go in my recycle bin. Staunch, right? But what if I'm just like bringing the recycles back, never put them in a recycle bin or take them to the recycle, place where we recycle here. I'm just carrying these things around in my car. In my inner circle, we talked about needing to take stuff to a place like Goodwill. And how many of us just driving around? We got all this stuff in our car that we need to be taking to Goodwill. Because, see, not everything that we have is trash. Some of it is just we need to recycle it, right? We need to reduce, reuse, and recycle on the inside. And so that's what we need to be considering in order to get to where we want to go. We've been having eclipses in Sagittarius. At the end of the day, Sagittarius is, what direction do you want your life to go in? Some of us got some paradigms that we need to let go of. We have some paradigms that we need to begin to transform. They're no longer serving us. I heard this one lady, I had made this post talking about grandmas and how grandmas, um, what was it? It was something like grandmas literally they live for their grandkids. And it's like this healthy thing between grandmas and grandkids. And she talked about being a mean grandma. And I was like, hey, whatever works for you. She was like, because my mama told me, don't spoil your grandkids and just let them act any old kind of way. See, first of all, okay, see, I'm going on a tangent. That's not what I said. But anywho, um, I thought to myself, um, that where was I going with this point? I probably should not be talking about this. But anywho, um, yeah, we need to begin to that's the point. She said her mother, and I thought to myself, well, just because your mama said do it don't mean that's what you need to do. I mean, if it's working for you, great. I respect mamas. I everybody knows I love my mama to the ends of the earth, the ends of all of reality. I love my mother. But just because my mother told me certain things doesn't mean that I should do them. Just because we have had paradigms and belief systems forever doesn't mean that we can't transform them. And a lot of us, it's scary to do because we have people who don't agree with this new direction that we're going in. And so, it's scary. But when your soul calls you to begin to change because it's aligning you with your destiny, the best thing to do is just to say, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I honestly believe that's what we are headed towards in 2021. We've had this energy in what is this called? Aquarius. And so Aquarius is all about being unique and being yourself and being unapologetic. Um, and it's just really that like you're just quirky, you're just different. One of the things I've been thinking about all year is the backyardigans Uniqua. I always did love Uniqua. And I was like, that is me. I am Uniqua from the backyardigans. And that's Aquarius. Aquarius is about being uniquely who and what you are unapologetically. And there's something I'm going to share with you all. Um, yeah. Um, as we go into talking more about this wisdom in for December. So this is something that has been emphasized with this um, energy in Aquarius in 2021. And there's a break with tradition that is actually happening because we have Uranus in Taurus. And so when Uranus is in Taurus, Uranus is about progress and moving in a new direction. Um, Taurus is about tradition. It's the most inert sign. And so when we are have those two combined, there's going to be a break with tradition with Saturn also adding into the mix because Saturn and actually Jupiter have been in Aquarius, all of most of 2021. And so that's just really this energy of pushing us, like moving us from this inert place, this place of inertia to make progress and move in a new direction. And part of that involves being unique and having, a different paradigm. You just don't believe the same way you used to. You just got a whole different way of looking at the world. That's part of what all of this has been about. And so that's what this eclipse is about, in my opinion. This eclipse that we've had in Sagittarius. It's about well, you've been pushed to change the direction of your life, the focus of your life. And so, what else do you need to give anything else up in order to go in this new direction? If so, what is it? And then let's just go ahead and get it done within the first 6 months of 2022. So, let me see here. I have here, this is the spiritual care package that I put together for the Goddess Inner Circle. And I love this lady. because I was like, she just represents so much of what December 2021 is about. It's a month of inspiration. So to me, she looks inspired. She looks like she is just so excited. Maybe she has achieved a goal or something like that because, we're in this season of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is about um, goals and what direction do you want your life to go in. It's a very future oriented sign. It's about it being expansive. I do see it as a sign of abundance. It's fun and happy, just like she is. And we also have this energy of Capricorn happening. And we have Venus retrograding in Capricorn. So she has on her business suit. She looks so professional. For me, I don't, yeah, to me, she looks professional. Um, and so, so we have that going on this month. Capricorn is all about success and hard work and achievement, mastery. And it's a business, get things done. I'm the boss type energy. You see how my voice changed as I started talking about Capricorn. um, so to me, she looks, like she's definitely a boss of some sort. And then her hair is what I was just like, I've got to use this picture because her hair represents this energy of Uranus square Saturn, even though, that to me has been like one of the most harsh aspects that I have ever dealt with since I've understood astrology. Is like something I'm like, I'm done. It's like, come on, come on, Saturn and Uranus, chill out. Y'all calm down. But Uranus is this energy of having this zany hair and like it's electricity meeting the suit. That's Uranus square Saturn. And then, she has a little computer there. And so, yeah, I was just like, I've got to use this lady. She is so representative of this month. So it's a month of inspiration. It's a month to be productive. Um, I don't perceive this month as being soft, although I do perceive it as a month where we can have fun. And one of the messages that I am emphasizing right now through the top of the year is that y'all look, we've had a couple of rough years. And my thing is this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really don't think 2022 is gonna be the easiest year. I don't know how different it's gonna be than 2021. I don't perceive it being exactly like 2021 because this is the point I wanted to make. It's been so hard. It's like we're used to hard times right now. We have become, let me see if I can find. We have become one of the affirmations that I want to share for you with you all for this month. I am adaptable. I am adaptable. I accept changes and can adjust to any situation. You can't tell me we not adaptable. I am adaptable. This is write that down. And I want you to write down what does that mean to you for December. And I want you to embody I am adaptable. Okay. One of the energies that spoke this month is all about control. And so, if anything, surely we've understood it's some things I can control, and it's a whole lot of stuff I can't control. So I'm just going to focus on what I can control. That's really the best way. And so being adaptable is part of that ability to just kind of notice what am I in control of? What am I not? What are my options for taking action? But I honestly think that, we've just been going through so much that we can't keep waiting for the next year to get better because I don't really know how much better 2022 is going to be because we're ending 2021 with the aspects that made 2021 so hard, which means this energy goes into 2022 with us. The very thing for those of us who are here in the United States that we witnessed at the top of January, that was part of this aspect, okay? Um, all this, just a lot of what we've seen, let me just put it that way, around the world, it has been this Saturn square Uranus. And so, um, yeah, we're taking that into the next year. I don't know how it's gonna play out. I don't know how it's gonna play out. For those of us, which is the majority of you who are watching my channel, in the United States of America, we're gonna go through what is called a Pluto return. And because America is considered to be a superpower, what happens in the United States greatly influences, the energy of the world. It should be everybody's, whatever's going on in any country influences everything. But whatever's going on here, it significantly impacts the rest of the world. So if you're not from here, then just know we're going through our return. Give us about 2-3 years to see this dust settle. I don't really know how long it's going to take for us to recuperate from it. And so we can't keep waiting. We can't wait for the next year to be better. Baby, we enjoying right here, right now. I wish I had some music, like some club music I could turn on so that we could just be like, you know what? We can ready to just party. Now, when ish hits the fan, we'll deal with it. Because guess what? We are adaptable, right? We'll deal with it. I say to you, write this one down. Find the good and praise it. Find the good and praise it. Have a great time in December. Do everything you can to enjoy your life. Okay. Um, so that's one of the things I do want to share with you all. Let's see here. Um, what else did I want to talk about from here? But yeah, that's one thing I will say. You really want to give yourself an atta girl. You made it to December 2021. You're the real MVP. Okay. You're the real MVP. So, yeah, I am super proud of you all for I don't care. I don't care how you got through 2021. I don't care. You did that thing. You did it. You really need to be proud of yourself. This has not been an easy year. And I'll tell y'all, I was watching a video where my one of my astrology teachers was interviewing another astrologer. And within the first 2 minutes, I was like, I've already been it's already confirmed. Already confirmed. I already know that what I've been thinking and feeling is correct. And so one of the things that he talked about is there was a graph that he showed, and it was a graph where the line, goes up and down or whatever, indicating the highs and the lows. And he indicated that 2022 is actually at the bottom of this low that we're in. We've been on a decline. I can't remember since what year, but we've been on a decline. And I thought it was 2021 at the bottom, but it's 2022 at the bottom. And so from 2022, we start going up. And so that's what made me say, yeah, we just got to celebrate our wins and just make the most of it. Like, don't wait for anything on the outside of you to feel right and to feel good. It's just like we're just gonna we're just gonna do us and find the good and praise it. Then the other thing that he said that I really agreed with was um because this had been on my mind. He said, because it was like I was getting so frustrated. It seemed like such a negative reading. And I was like, why do astrologers have to be so negative? But he said that sometimes the way the universe operates or the way things operate is things have to get bad in order to get people to move. I hate that we have to experience that, you know? And I always say, go on ahead and move it. And you already in alignment with the energy, because the energy has been about move, change, do something new, go in a new direction. Even if you feel uncomfortable, go, 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 go. And so when he said that, I was like, yeah, yeah. And that way we can begin to walk in trust. See, to me, what astrology does for me is it helps me to stop feeling like this world is random, and it makes me also accept it seems like it's just people doing what people do, but I am telling you, I have seen the wisdom of this space-time continuum create some stuff that I was just like, "Man, I was not expecting that." And the only reason I didn't lose it is because I was like, "You know what? I already know what the astrology says, so I'm not gonna freak out. I'm gonna hold it together and just wait and see." And so I'm offering that to you all as we move forward, is to just have a very deep trust in the universe and this infinite wisdom that's more in charge than any individual can be in charge of, even any group of people. The higher wisdom of the universe, it's doing something. And the best thing that we can do is to make sure we're focusing ourselves on our destiny. We're focusing ourselves on our own development and evolution. And that sends a message to the space-time continuum. It sends a message to the universe. More of this, because your world exists within you. And I just encourage you as much as you can to embrace that. Okay? Embrace, you create your reality. And it's okay if you're like, "You know what? I just got to really make it very microscopic and just to survive." Just to survive. That's one thing that Capricorn is about, survival, even though we're not quite there yet. But Capricorn is, well, yes, we are, because Venus is in Capricorn. Mercury will be there mid month. Well, in just a few days. Um, and so I just encourage you, what do you need to do in order to survive, to keep yourself intact? Uh, and take it to the to level of being at thriving. Okay? That's fair. That's very fair. Let me see. What else did I want to share with you all? I guess I'll share the goddess right now. One of the goddesses. I'm gonna stick with Oya. My inner circle knows that whenever we have eclipses, they're gonna get Oya. I don't care what season it is. If it's an eclipse, Oya is on the horizon. She is the goddess of change, transformation, and the ancestors. And she will help you have gentle change. You can call on Oya. Like, everybody wants to make Oya out to be like this mean goddess, and she just wants to come in like a wrecking ball or whatever. That's not Oya. It can be, but what is Oya? Oya is like, baby, look, you didn't come here to be one way your whole life, and so I'm the goddess you call on, who can help you change, even if you're afraid, but make powerful changes in your life that are guided by wisdom, that take you towards your destiny. Now, the other thing about Oya is she is about clearing things out. So, if you want to look at it on a more mundane, I guess you could say, level, you could talk about clearing your space, what needs to be cleared out in your space. What clutter needs to be cleared mentally, what clutter needs to be cleared physically, um, emotionally. Maybe you just pick one of those areas, maybe two, and work on that. I do think combining clearing the physical space with the mental, like, not cleaning up to like have a neat place, cleaning up as a way of getting yourself moving with clearing up what's in the mind or what's in the emotions. And then as you clear your mind or your emotions, you can be working on clearing, you can pair the two, is what I'm trying to say. You can go and clear up a space, even if it's just one little space. It's not about being neat. It's about, this is me symbolizing, it's ritualizing it essentially, you know, me clearing what's on the inside. And sometimes, when you just clear up your space, you don't even have to do a whole bunch of mental and emotional clearing. It just does something, to and for you. Um, let's see here. Keep your energetic vibration clear with smudging and energy work. And so, yeah, do your breath work. That's something that I'm really big on right now. What breath did I give them? Oh, I gave for this month um, belly breathing. What is it called? Oh, yeah, soft belly breathing. Soft belly breathing to ease stress and help you stay present. And so, one of the things you can do is just place your hand on your heart and then place your hand down here on your belly. And you want to inhale and your belly expands, and exhale and your belly releases. It softens down. So, breath work is transformational. It's free. And I think that's why people don't like doing it, because it doesn't cost a whole lot of money. But doing breath work is like the best thing you can do. So if you need to go pay somebody to help you do that, if that's going to get it done, then so be it. Or you could just do it yourself. Inhale for the count of 4, hold it for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 4, hold it for 4, inhale. Soft belly breathing, hand over your heart, hand on your belly, inhale till your belly fills up, exhale, belly softens down. Just try it right now. Inhale and exhale. If that ain't proof, when you start doing it, I know that you're feeling the difference. I mean, I don't even have to ask. I already know you're feeling the difference. So come on, let's prove it to ourselves. The importance of breath work. That's some of the most transformational work you could do. So let's see here. I don't like to do a whole bunch of scrolling. I feel like it just messes up people's energy. Okay, let's see here. I think I'm just gonna stop with that. I'm gonna give y'all another. Um, if you're in the inner circle, the whole thing is on the inside of the inner circle. Um, let's see here. Oh, I'm gonna give you the other um affirmation that I pulled, and I may have a banner to pull these up for you. I am resourceful. I use creative methods to construct the best possible life. I am resourceful. And let me tell you, I already know you're resourceful. Even talking about Oya, like Oya will help us be resourceful because she can help us compost. It's like that Scorpio thing that we're talking about. We're not out of Scorpio season because Mars is still in Scorpio. And so I see past experiences as resourceful. I see opening ourselves up to possibility and being adaptable helps us to be more resourceful. The more we panic and fear and um yeah, just there's a way that we respond, and it just makes us feel very limited in what we have access to. And so part of declaring you're resourceful is just to say it. I am resourceful. And maybe you have to remember some things that you sometimes when you were resourceful and you made that thing happen. I know all of y'all did. Come on, we're women. Stop it. I know for a fact you're resourceful. You are a woman. Women, you know how we used to talk about our grandmamas and our mamas. Seems like if they just walk in the kitchen, it's no food. And then they're like, okay, dinner's ready. And you walk in the kitchen, you're like, where did all this come from? They just put a little bit of this and a little bit of that together, and they got us some food. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Um, it might be something like, you know, you didn't feel well and couldn't leave, and you figured out, well, I got this tea and these herbs and this hot water bottle, and I'm just gonna make do. And you're like, that was exactly what I needed. Or you were like, man, I needed this money and I didn't know where the money was gonna come from. And some of us even say, I don't even remember where the money came from. I just remember the money showed up. I know you're resourceful. But I love talking about our inner resources. When we think back on that moment, something happened. It was a pivotal moment. May have been something that was painful, um, unpleasant. And that thing turns out to be one of our greatest resources. Um, Sometimes it takes a while for it to turn into that. But those are part of our inner resources, or your gifts, your talents, that way that you have of just being that person that everybody really is like, she is amazing. And if any brothers are looking, he's amazing in this way, you know? Maybe the resource is you remembering they said these good things about you. You feel like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm, doing anything significant in life. And you just remember the other day, somebody was like, thank you so much for, holding that door for me. That's a resource. That memory is a resource. Okay. So I am resourceful. How do you need to be resourceful this year? Look at that beautiful card. I use creative methods to construct the best life possible. Resourcefulness is about creativity, and we're talking about this beautiful, beautiful energy of Venus and Capricorn. I love Venus. I love Capricorn. So I did create a Venus masterclass for the Goddess Inner Circle. So any Inner Circle members watching this, I hope that you avail yourself to that. We talked about it this past Monday a little bit. Also, that's one of the best classes that I have ever made. Because by the time I finished looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be such an amazing retrograde. Now, when Venus is retrograde, and for a little while, she'll be invisible, her energy is not strong. Yeah, some of us may find that money is coming in slower, relationships are off. But it's a time to look at all of that, right? Balance is off. We feel like there's more disharmony than usual. Especially, we'll see this in the world. Um, but I always see retrograde planets as like, hey, an invitation to slow down and to chill out. Okay. So, with the Venus retrograde, what I will say, let me see if I can just pull up a few notes. What I will say is, I see it as a time for us to um, focus on the Venusian themes. And so, let me just pull. This is in my this. It's called the spiritual care package. So we'll look at our relationships, contracts, agreements, social interactions. Um, I honestly believe that this particular retrograde is going to help some people become wealthy, because Venus is going to conjunct Pluto, and both of those planets have to do with money and resources and abundance and wealth. I know a lot of times people talk about Pluto being the great transformer, but just think about the word Pluto. When we talk about the plutocracy, we're talking about the ultra wealthy. Venus is going to meet with Pluto 3 times. That's what conjunction means. Um, this is a time to avoid getting into new relationships. It's a great time to like revamp your current relationships, especially when it comes to love, because Venus is oftentimes we, relate her to love. But let's see here. But yeah, I think that it's a time to renew and reconnect versus starting a new relationship. Uh, my husband, he's not into astrology and stuff. He's actually a Christian pastor, and I had told him that this couple that he was marrying back during, I know it's a different retrograde Mercury, but I always say do not get married and start new relationships during Mercury, Mars, and Venus retrograde. Now you can revisit, and I think this was I don't know. Anywho, I told him, I was like, I really wish this couple would not rush this marriage and get married right now. I was like, if they could just give it like a week. I can't remember how long it was, but it was not that much longer before Mercury was not retrograde. And they went on ahead and got married, and it's been a very mercurial retrograde like marriage. I tell the story of one of my goddaughters got married during Mars retrograde. She did not tell me she was getting married. She contacted me after the fact, and I was like, "What the frick? You already know what I do. You didn't ask me when was the best time." And sure enough, that marriage was violent, and it ended within 2 years because Mars has about a 2-year cycle, and it ended within about 2 years. I tell the story of me starting a new teaching, it was a new fitness class that I was teaching. It was like day of Venus retrograde, 2019. No, maybe it was 2018. I can't remember. Anywho, um, I started it. Yeah, it was 2018. And it was like that. I just never felt right. I did everything I could to kind of like negotiate with the universe, like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm signing up during this time because it was just like when it happened. And I was just like not happy. For the longest time, I was not happy. It wasn't the worst position I ever had, but it was always like something was off. And it was like even from the beginning, at the start, it was like this drama that unfolded for no reason. And it involved women, Venus. Um, and Venus is about 15, 18 months, something like that. You're gonna see the cycle end within about 2 years or so, a little bit less maybe. And sure enough, by the time that cycle ended, and I wasn't even conscious and aware of it until I saw when Venus was retrograding again. She started retrograding right around the same time that I was quitting. Um, I was like, wow, these transits are real. This retrograde thing is real. Okay. So when I tell you be cautious with these relationships and these contracts, and it's always like when if you're returning to something, you've already done it, you might be okay. Or if it was already started before the actual retrograde, like it was already in process, then it might be okay. But if you started during that retrograde time, it's like, "Oh my god." Yeah. So, I think that this is, it's gonna be a beautiful retrograde. Venus is, like I said, all about, um, money and desire and relationships, abundance, um, harmony, balance. And so she's going to ask you, another thing that I talked about last night with my inner circle is bringing joy. Where can you bring more joy into that Capricorn area of your life? Okay? And so I'm just going to go through the signs a little quickly, and you may have already noticed something going on, like um one of the ladies in my inner circle, and I know she wouldn't mind me talking about this, had mentioned wanting a boyfriend, and she's already kind of seeing the whispers of potentially a boyfriend showing up on the scene. Um, for me, it's me looking at my day-to-day routines because this is going to happen from my rising sign in my third house, and the third house has to do with day-to-day routines also. Um, let's see here. Yeah. You want to just start looking at what's coming up for you right now. Okay. What do you need to revisit? What opportunities, relationships, abundance themes about balance and harmony, creativity, art. What needs to be revisited for you? And yeah. So let me see about doing it this way. I'm gonna try something different. I want to see if I look at all of the fire signs. And y'all see me just looking at my cheat sheets. That way I do not mess up. So for Aries, Leo, and Sag, where is it for Sag? Oh, this is happening in the houses that have to do actually with resources that pertain to work, like making money and working. Um, it's happening in the houses that are typically, well, the earth signs. And so I think that this Venus retrograde for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, can be one where you improve upon making money, working on your self-worth, your self-value, so that you can, oh, yeah, working on your self-worth and your self-value so that your work and your money are aligned with this higher level of self-worth and value. Maybe you just got to do the work to like even identify this, self-worth and value topic. But um it might be that you are going to be taking it to a new level, but you've got to go back and revisit because, again, it's a retrograde. You've got to go back and revisit anything that you missed that would have taken you in this new direction. And it's also about getting your values aligned with your work. And so I think that's a topic that's under talked about, period. Venus, which is also the energy of Oshun or Heteru or Zali, is this energy that has to do with our values. And one of the things that's important for everybody to know is that your values must align with, wherever you want to go. It's not work on your beliefs first. A lot of it is work on your values. And, honestly, it's work on your identity. And so when you begin to work on your identity, like who are you, and you have the values of that identity, you are absolutely going to do what it takes. And so sometimes you have to really remember, I talked about asking some questions. Sometimes you have to really ask yourself, do I want this for real? Am I really aligned with what I say I want? I think this is a great Venus retrograde question. Am I really aligned with this? Because if I was aligned with it, then um I would be doing what it takes. And so maybe some of us during this retrograde, doesn't matter what your sign is, some of us are going to be working on making sure we have the value system that will propel us to do the very thing that we said we wanted. Y'all know I'm always talking about my health and fitness. So that's what I've been working on partially with myself, eh, largely due to the eclipses. But um, I just got real with myself. Like I honestly do value being healthy. I value exercise. So if that's the case, if I really value it, then I'm going to do what it takes to get this done. And it's not just exercising, it's doing yoga and breath work and, just self-care overall. So, um, yeah, you've got to align yourself with the values. Once you get the values, you're going to do what you value. Let me say it that way. Okay. So for Aries, you can make some gains in Capricorn. You can make some significant gains, excuse me, in your house of career. You can make some significant gains, but it's something that you might need to go back and review and take care of. Maybe you need to bring more joy to work. Maybe you need to get your values lined up with whatever you want to accomplish regarding career. Okay. Um, Let me see if I want to say anything else. I still think Aries, just because of this Pluto being there and some of these um transits. Last year was Jupiter and conjunct Pluto, right there with Pluto. And this year is Venus with Pluto retrograde, not just one time, 3 freaking times. I'm sort of feeling like Aries, I think even the Leos and the Sagittariuses, I think y'all could really make some good money. Yeah. Oh, I'm so jealous. But it's not gonna be right away. Okay. It's gonna be because y'all, honor this retrograde. It's because you honor this retrograde. More creativity. Yeah. More resourcefulness when it comes to your resources and um, your career, bring more joy, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so for Aries, I would say no question, career. Maybe some of y'all are gonna have a marital status change just to be 100. For the Leos, yeah, I'm gonna do all the fire signs first. So for the Leos, more joy in terms of like how do you work day to day? Like have more fun with your routines when it comes to work. Be more creative. Um, and the other thing for Leos, you might want to have more balance when it comes to work. A lot of people don't realize Leos actually can be workaholics. So Leos may need to find a little bit more balance, but also bringing more joy and, self-care to your body, your mind, your spirit, having more fun in your day-to-day routines. One of the Leo lionesses, I should say, in the inner circle was like, "Yeah, I think I wanna dance now." I'm like, "Yes, that's absolutely what Leo's being called to do. Have more fun moving your body. Have more fun, taking care of yourself self. Have more fun in your lifestyle, create a more fun lifestyle, more fun day-to-day routines. It's not just about having fun, it's more about enjoy taking care of yourself. Yeah, now I will say some of the Leos might need to work on their kidneys, um, your booty, your adrenals. Paired organs is what Venus has to do with. Maybe even uh, your skeletal system. Sagittariuses, I honestly think y'all might be like, my money's looking funny. So Sagittarius, I just want to tell you, don't panic. Do not panic, Sagittarius. This is an opportunity for you to bring more balance to your money, to, like I said, get your self worth and self value on point so that your money matches this higher level of self worth and self value. It's not about the money, it's about how you feel about yourself. Also, Sagittarius, you may need to find be more creative and find more joy in cooking and, preparing good food for yourself. And you also may need to take stock of what's going on in your home in terms of your stuff. Like, do you need to get rid of some stuff, upgrade something? Those are things that I would say for Sagittarius. Now, earth signs are next. We have Taurus, we have Virgo, and we have Capricorn. So these are the, let's see. Oh, okay. I see you, Taurus. So for Taurus, it's going to be the ninth house. For Virgo, it's going to be the fifth house. Oh, and for Capricorn, it's the first house. Okay, Capricorn, I see you. Now, for the earth signs, you can consider these houses on the one hand to be lucky houses. Two of them are lucky. One of them is just transformational. So for Capricorn, you will find this Venus retrograde to be very transformative. Oh my goodness, I love having Venus in my sign because I always look so freaking good. When Venus is in my sign, it's like everybody. When Venus was in Scorpio, I got the most. Well, people give me compliments all the time, but it was just like over the top compliments on how I look. And I was like, I know, I got Venus in my sign. So Capricorns, just take in all the compliments. I know y'all a little bit shy and don't like too much attention, but y'all gonna be looking real good while Venus is in your sign, even retrograde. Okay. I will say don't make too many changes that are not easily change, you can't easily go back to. That's one of the hacks for um Venus retrograde. Man, why did I say that word? YouTube might do something to my video now. Anywho. Okay, so yeah, it's very transformational, but it's a time for you, Capricorn, to be able to, um, yeah, just take your life in a whole new direction, one that's more joyful, more balanced, maybe in the direction of your desire instead of just sometimes Capricorn just does what needs to be done, and it's not necessarily the best. Actually, I think about one of my Capricorn friends, and she's having a pretty good time right now. I'm like, yes, this is what's up. And I remember when these eclipses was happening, she was having a horrible time. So it's like, come on, Capricorn, I'm gonna need for y'all to like, come on, Capricorn, yay, Capricorn, I need y'all to have some fun. Woo woo. But definitely focus on the body. The Tauruses and the Virgos. Y'all are having this Venus retrograde in your fifth and ninth houses, which can bring some good fortune. Because Venus doesn't hurt. Okay. She's not going to hurt. Now, she may not be strong in what she's good at. So if you feel sort of like, man, my luck just kind of went, shoo," don't worry about it. It's going to come back up. Okay. So, but these are houses that definitely they are inspirational and creative and in my opinion more expansive. And so it's for y'all I think it's about enjoyment quite a bit. Um so yeah, these are the houses that oftentimes you can create some very nice change with these houses for the earth signs, which is important. These are signs that how do I describe these? These are houses, I should say, that yeah, I just look at them as I love these houses. I feel like things happen when we have them happen. And I know what I was going to say. Sometimes the earth signs really need this because the earth signs can just be a little bit like immovable. I'll say it that way. So for Taurus, this is happening in your fifth house that has to do with dating. um, I think that this could be a time where Virgos are like, I need to be more joyful and happy and creative and do fun things. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for all the Virgos because let me tell you, Virgos, come on now. We know Virgos. They have it rough, man. That's a rough sign. I'm talking about Taurus. Excuse me. Taurus is happening in your ninth house. I'm all on the Virgos. Taurus, this is happening in your ninth house. So sorry, y'all. This has to do with expansion. Now, this is where Taurus really needs this to happen. Taurus, you may have been like, I need to change. I know I have Uranus in my sign. God has helped me. I'm getting ready to have the eclipses in my sign. So I know I need to change. So this can help bring about some gentle change and expansion and this is your planet Taurus. Now, this is where it's important for Taurus because this is your planet. You are ruled by Venus. And so when it's retrograde, don't panic. You may feel a little bit low in energy. Um, Yeah, I think that this is gonna be you won't feel super low, but you're gonna feel a little bit off just because your planet is retrograde. And in January, she'll go invisible for a little while. So you really need to stop and take stock. I think the best thing that Tauruses can do is to look at where do you want to go? What's your vision for the future? What are your goals for the future? That's what you need to focus on. It's so interesting. We're in Venus shadow, which is giving us insight as to what we want to do. And Venus shadow has had me like, I just need to get myself like clear on where I'm headed. I just need to do that. A lot of times, I'm a little Aries like y'all. I can just go, 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 go. It's like, you know what? I'll figure it out as I go. Because I just got to make moves now. I can't wait. But here lately, I'm like, I just need to think about the future and figure out my path forward. So I think that's one of the best things that you can do. Also, that paradigm that I was talking about, Taurus, it's time for you to change. You got to get a new one, Taurus. Come on, upgrade. And where can you infuse more joy and abundance into your psyche? Because like you got Capricorn up there. It's a little serious. Okay. I never thought about that. That for Tauruses, the ninth house, it makes Taurus a little bit serious. Taurus is like no joke kind of energy. Um, and so this can be bringing up where it's like, hey, just bring a little more ease and flow, a little more balance into like the way you see the world. And you want to make sure that you got a little more flexibility in there, a little more balance and harmony in the way you see the world. You're a fixed sign, Taurus. And so it's like you got to find those opportunities to not be fixed, to be what? Adaptable. Okay. So that's Taurus. All right. Now for you, Virgo. I'm so excited for the Virgos. I was looking at the fifth house for Taurus is Virgo. So for Virgo, this is happening in your fifth house. Like I said, it could be about love and having more fun. And yeah, being more creative. Also, another thing, Virgo, is operating from your gifts. Like what's your unique gift and talent? One of the cards, it's two that I pulled from my new Lemuria deck. This one, shine your light. This is asking you, Virgo, to shine your light. Okay. And then I just pulled this one. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but unique gifts. And also to revisit your gifts and shine them so forth into the world, Virgo. Okay. Also, there could be something about children. Maybe you need to have more fun with your kids or the kids in your life. Maybe you need to have more fun with your inner child. And also, the Virgos might be feeling a little sexual, a little sexual. Okay. We all know Virgos are already a little bit freaky. So don't y'all act like, don't even go there with me, Virgo. Don't even go there with me. We all know. Um, but yeah, I think I talked about Capricorn enough. Just it's you're gonna be looking at overhauling your whole entire life. And I think you just want to ask yourself, how can I infuse more joy and appreciation of yourself? Okay. More joy and appreciation of the self, Capricorn. I do think this could be, a time for Capricorns, maybe even Virgos and Tauruses to take maybe a few risk. Not big risk, but just a few more risk. Yeah. And I would say to the fire signs, y'all may want to look at getting coaching for these areas of life. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think everybody might need to revisit mentorship, coaching, like who has given you some good mentoring and coaching in that particular area of life or for whatever it is that you're focused on right now. So next we have the the air signs. Mm, 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 dun, 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 dun. This is going to be very internal. If anybody's emotional, if anybody's like, hey, y'all, just leave me alone right now. I'm like doing my inner work. It's going to be the air signs, the Geminians, the Libras, and the Aquariuses. Okay. Y'all are going to be this is going to be very, very spiritual and healing. And some of y'all might feel like, I'm not certain about why I'm feeling so emotional. I'm not used to being this way. This is uncomfortable for me, but okay. And so maybe it's all about bringing more balance and harmony to your emotions, doing the healing work that will help you to um, have more balance or to move past wounding and doing this internal work, you know, clearing out the subconscious mind or reprogramming the subconscious mind so that it's not causing you to sabotage yourself. Some of the Aquariuses might feel like, dang, it's just like a lot of sabotage going on in my, self sabotage. How did one of my coaches describe it? Is self protection or something like that? Because sometimes sabotage is not really, you're really trying to sabotage yourself because you're like not good to yourself. It's because it's a way to keep yourself safe. You don't feel safe moving where you're moving. So you're just like, you know what? Sabotage. Um, so yeah, it'll be very emotional and sensitive for you all. These are happening in for the Libras, it's not a dark house, but it is the house that's at the very bottom of the chart. It's a very foundational house. So the Libra's going to be something foundational. Could be a lot of change going on for the Libras as a result of this. Something foundational shifting. Okay. But for Geminis and Aquariuses, these are happening in dark houses. So this will be a time where you'll feel very much about you. It'll just be this process that is happening on the inside body. Well, yeah, inside of your body. You might even be focused on something regarding the body, but as it relates to the emotions, um, and the things that have happened in the past, and in the NLP world, we call it internal representation. And so, yeah, I think that that's important for you all to understand because y'all are air, and air signs are known for being um just not very emotional, and they're okay with it being more mental. Y'all not gonna be like that. I'm sorry to laugh at y'all. So I'm not laughing at y'all. It's just the thought of I already know how y'all gonna act because I've seen it. All my friends, maybe not all, but a lot of my friends who, when they are air and something happens and they start feeling the emotions, they're like, like fanning the tears back and like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So Venus is, oh my gosh, if you're gonna have somebody light up your internal parts, let it be Venus. Okay, let it be Venus. So because she'll bring ease and flow, right? She's gonna make anything you need to revisit and address. She's gonna help you do it with grace and ease. Okay, because she's Venus, right? This ain't all y'all coming through. It's Venus. All right. She might help you get real on some stuff, but you're gonna be like, I'm good with that. I'm real good with that. Okay. Um, one of my sons is a Gemini, and sometimes he's just like, "What? Should I feel emotion about that, mom?" I'm like, "Baby, just feel whatever you want. Okay. If you don't feel anything, it's okay." He's like, "All right, good, good, good." I love, I love air signs because I'm so not air. Oh, con. So yeah, for Gemini, this is happening in your eighth house. So Geminis, you're gonna be really looking. It's gonna be this. I will say for Geminis, you might be looking for more intimacy. Now, Geminis, y'all a little bit like the Virgo, sexual. Y'all might feel a little extra sexual. Might be like, man, I'm sexual right now. I just really feel this rising up in me. And you want that connection and intimacy. And you'll be able to revisit these themes and these topics. Maybe there's something that you need to heal from, and Venus is going to help you see, what's the best way to bring some balance and harmony into your life. And I think that, let's see here, Capricorn, working with crystals would be really good for the Geminis in terms of doing healing work or working with stones. What else is Capricorn? Maybe going out and standing on a stone mountain, working, in a way, maybe even working with Obatala. I don't necessarily relate Obatala to Capricorn, but we think about the mountain. Um, yeah. Yeah. Now, this also is about money. And so I think the Geminis might find themselves revisiting opportunities to get some money. Maybe somebody's going to back you. A lot of times, I think about maybe somebody gets some scholarship money, fellowship money, some type of backing that you've been looking for when it comes to resources. So, um and maybe the Geminis will become very interested in astrology and divination. This is a very esoteric house. And so it could take you deeper into esoteric practices or studies. It could also, if you're a Gemini who's doing some research, you might find that you're doing more research as a result of this transit. Maybe there was some research you were supposed to do and you're going to finish it up and you'll be happy to. For Libra, this is happening in your fourth house, one of these houses that create change. So you may find this Venus retrograde starts kicking off some big change regarding home and family. Uh, I would also say for some of the Libras, it might make you say, yeah, I want to fix up my house a little bit. I was thinking about doing this, or maybe you started a project on the house and you're like, oh, I want to go back and finish working on that project. Might be that you're like, you know what? I need to feel more happy and joyful at home. And so you start creating, you know, opportunities within your home where it just feels more, I don't know if it's going to feel lush or you start doing some creative endeavor there, not sure. Could be something about family also. It has to do with relationships. So this might bring up topics of relationships within the family for you, Libra. As well as maybe you're going to go back and revisit a family tree or something regarding the family. I definitely think it's important for Libras to bring balance and harmony and joy to their emotional body. For Aquarius, I guess I'm talking a lot more than I thought I was going to talk. Oh my God. I love this stuff. Okay. For Aquarius, this is going to happen in the 12th house. So the 12th house has to do with sleep, and actually this could be a house that has to do with sex too. So the Aquariuses might be like, you know what? I need some sex. Or maybe you just may say, you know what? I don't need any sex right now. I need to just kind of chill out. But I do think issues of sex could come up for Aquarius. Mm, Also, this is a house, like I said, that has to do with the subconscious. So it could be something, I would say for Aquarius, meditation, taking some time to get away. Maybe Aquarius need a vacation. Aquarius may have said, I was going to go on vacation. You didn't go on vacation. Now it's time to go on vacation. Also, it's time to bring more, have better sleep. This is a very spiritual house, so it might be you're going to go back and revisit something regarding a spiritual practice. It's a creative house, so maybe you'll get more creative while Venus is there. Maybe there was something creative you were working on, Aquarius, and so now you're going to go back and finish working on that. Yeah. Okay. Last but certainly not least are the water signs. Now, let's see here. For Cancer. Oh, whoa, Cancer. Okay, I see you, Cancer. Scorpio. What is it for Pisces? I should know this, but I don't. I keep up with my rising sign. Uh oh, 11th house. Okay. So these are the social houses. Now, Venus, it has to do with relationships. This is definitely this retrograde is going to help the water signs work on relationships for real. For Cancer, it's going to be one-to-one relationships. Let me tell you something, Cancer. Y'all might really want to think about getting support. That's how I told one Cancer rising. I was like, hey, if you need to hire somebody to help come in and clean your house or If you need to hire, for some of y'all, you may have a business and you need to hire a VA. How can you get more support? It's important for y'all to really look at that. Maybe there were opportunities for support that you did not act on, and those are going to come back. I also think coaching is important um, for the Cancerians, and if there are any legal things that have been going on, you may find that you know you're going to have to revisit something in that legal thing, whatever it could be. Um, so for Scorpio, this is happening in the third house. And for the third house, it's about your day to day life, your day to day routines. And so for Scorpio, it could be that, it's going to be something maybe with friends and siblings, cousins, something regarding relationships and those people. For some of you, like I mentioned, for me, I've been looking at my day-to-day routines, just like how do I operate every day? I have a whole new life now. And so I have to learn how to operate within this life and coming up with like, what does Monday look like and Tuesday look like? And where do I go on this day? And where do I go on that day? What do I do? It has to do with business. So it could be there were some business opportunities missed or something needs to be revisited regarding your business, social media, business contacts. Maybe, you wanted to write to some people and then you didn't, and you need to do it now, or you'll get to do that now. And also, this house has to do with what was the last thing I was going to say? It has to do with the mind. How can you have a more beautiful mind, Scorpio? Because we paranoid and we can be dark. Okay. So Venus might be asking some of the Scorpios out here, baby, you need to get a beautiful mind. You need to do some mindfulness practices and yeah, bring some joy and some peace and harmony and some love and good feelings to that mindset. Oh, writing. That was the other thing. Writing, communication. So yeah. Scorpio, if you've been working on writing something and you didn't finish it, this might give you an opportunity. You might feel this creative burst come through too. And if you don't feel it right away, don't panic. Maybe Venus is just trying to get you to go back and revisit it, maybe, make some changes or something. And then you're going to have like this creative burst once she moves forward. Last but not least, the patient Pisces. Oh, okay. So for Pisces, this is happening in your 11th house. This is one of the lucky houses. So if Pisces missed out on some luck in the past, you may find that this luck has come back to you. And so, um, yeah, I think that that is something that could happen, as well as communities. You might have been like not plugged into a certain community, connected to your friends, and you go back to reconnect with them. Or you just might start looking at your relationship within these communities. But it's a going back and looking at something. So it's something about going back and looking at your communities and then, making that connection and just figuring out what you're going to do about that relationship. Maybe I need to say it that way. This 11th house is about making some money. Like, seriously, you can make some money with this. It might be there were some ideas that you had, some goals that you had, you abandoned them, and now you're going to come back to them with this Venus retrograde. So I see Pisces is having some very good fortune. It's Capricorn though, so you're going to have to work. This is not magic like Pisces is used to, but it is very good fortune that could come as a result of you going back and acting on these opportunities, that is some goals, some ideas regarding goals that you had and you didn't follow through on them. And now if you go back and revisit them, man, it'll pop off. Now, it may not start until the retrograde is over, but definitely have them come back up and begin to, move forward on them again. So wow, I talked a lot longer than I anticipated. So I'm going to save this card that I have for you all for another video. And thank you all so much for being a part of the Goddess community. When I say my daily prayers, I pray for everyone, all of you, even the brothers, if it's a few brothers out there watching. Um, but definitely the sisters who are here in the goddess community know that, um, yeah, I love y'all and I appreciate you. And I'm glad that I'm back. It feels good. And I would love to hear your thoughts about what I have shared. Give your insights. I love it when y'all share your wisdom. I don't have the wisdom on lock. It takes all of us to make the contribution. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much. And I will see y'all in the next video. All right. Take care. Happy December. Mwah.